Okay, so looking all day on YouTube, well, since I got home, unable to find anything on Windows operating system fundamentals, so I decided I'd make my own from the very book that we were taught in class. This is out of the Microsoft Technology Associate training book, MTA Exam 98-349, Windows Operating System Fundamentals. This is released as of 2000, I want to say 14. Give me a second, I can confirm that for you. No, released December 2012, so as of 2 years ago. What I found online seemed to be a little out of date, so I'm going to go from here. And since I failed the test today for the first time and I have to pay $50, I figured, hey, if someone's going to find it online, or if you can't find it online, then why not just make one? And I'll try to do this as quickly as possible and try to maintain, or rather keep, as much information that is necessary. Now, in the first lesson, it talks about introducing, installing, and upgrading Windows 7. In this lesson, I'm going to go from the summary and then read some stuff from some study guides I got from my professor. Windows 7 is a desktop operating system that improves on many aspects of its direct predecessors, Windows Vista and Windows XP. Windows 7 includes several new features such as large and animated task thumbnails, home groups, jump lists, libraries, and Windows XP mode. The 6 main editions of Windows 7 are Starter, Home Basic, Home Premium, Professional, Ultimate, and Enterprise. Common computer architectures are 32-bit and 64-bit. A 32-bit computer can address up to 4 gigabytes of RAM. A 64-bit computer can use much more RAM than a 32-bit computer. Operating systems also come in 32-bit and 64-bit versions, and it's important to match the correct operating system to the computer processor. You can run a 32-bit operating system on a 64-bit computer, but you generally cannot run a 64-bit version of Windows on a 32-bit computer. The main system requirements for running Windows 7 are 1 GHz or faster 32-bit in parentheses x86 or 64-bit in parentheses x64 processor, 1 GB of RAM 32-bit or 2 GB of RAM 64-bit, 16 gigabits available hard disk space 32-bit or 20 gigabytes 64-bit, and a DirectX 9 graphics device with Windows Display Driver Model 1.0 or higher. Or higher driver. Windows 7 Upgrade Advisor helps you determine if your computer can run Windows 7, which additions and features will work, and whether your computer has any compatibility issues. The Windows 7 Compatibility Center provides software programs that are compatible with Windows 7, including updates, downloads, drivers, and more. An upgrade installation replaces your current version of Windows with Windows 7 while retaining your files, settings, and programs. A custom installation replaces your current version of Windows with Windows 7 but overwrites your files, settings, and programs. A custom installation is also referred to as a clean installation. The upgrade path you must take from Windows Vista to Windows 7 depends on some key factors, mainly your current edition of Windows Vista and the edition of Windows 7 you want to run. There are a few other considerations too, such as 32-bit versus 64-bit environment and desired language. You can easily upgrade from one edition of Windows 7 to a more advanced edition using Windows Anytime Upgrade. Installation methods fall into 3 main categories: high-touch installation, light-touch installation, and zero-touch installation. HTI, high-touch installation, is mostly manual, and zero-touch installation is almost completely automated. Windows Easy Transfer helps you move files and settings from one computer running Windows to another, or to a new installation of Windows 7 on the same computer. Now what I'm going to do is pull up some information that I've gained from my professor in this very same class. So if you'll bear with me, I'm logging on to my email right now, and I will be pulling up the that file. Excuse me, I just remembered it's in the cloud. It's not on my email, which is OneDrive. And just please continue to bear with me. I'm trying to make this video as quickly as I can and not waste anyone's time, but assist people like myself to the best of my ability. Alright, so I'm signing in on OneDrive so that I can get the file. And I just remembered something else. I already downloaded it, so it's already on the computer. I'm telling you. Failing that test really messed me up today. Alright, so here we are, instructor resources. And 98-349. Instructor guides, let me unzip it. And lesson 1. I know it's taking a minute. I do apologize. It just loaded all the way up. Now, what my professor has in his lesson summary, as far as lesson 1, focuses on Windows 7 operating system editions and types of installations, which we pretty much went over an entire summary of that aspect. Continues to read, therefore, start by explaining the differences between Windows 7 editions, which we didn't necessarily do, but we did explain all 7, which are Starter, Home Basic, Home Premium, Professional, Ultimate, and Enterprise. So be sure to mention that Windows 7 Home Premium, Professional, and Ultimate are widely available in the retail sector. The other editions are designed for certain types of computers or markets, or specifically for enterprise use. I can tell you from doing much studying over this Memorial Day weekend that enterprise is only you can only use it when you have the certification, or not certification, but the licenses from Microsoft to use enterprise, because it is oh man, I can't remember, but you just understand that you have to have a license in order to use the enterprise version of Windows 7. The other additions are says be sure to introduce the concept of a domain when discussing Windows 7 Professional. A domain is and it states a domain is a collection of user and computer accounts that are grouped together to enable centralized management and to apply security. Very small Windows environments might use work groups rather than domains. Alright, students will learn about work groups, domains, and other networking topics in lesson 4. Then describe the differences between 32 and 64-bit computing. We did that quite a bit. 32-bit and 64-bit refer to the way a computer's central processing unit processes data. One of the significant differences is that a 64-bit computer can use much more random access memory than a 32-bit computer. We did mention that. Operating systems also come in 32-bit and 64-bit versions, and it's important to match the correct operating system in a computer processor. So a lot of repetition. I'm just going to scroll down, see if there's anything. Okay, this was something that I was going to touch more on because it only stated like very minimal difference, and that's the installation methods: high touch, light touch, and zero. I can go into my own explanation, but it's pretty much brief here. High touch installation may include retail media or a standard image. This is straight from the book, I can tell you from what I remember reading it. And a standard image, also known as ISO file. Using this method, you use an installation DVD or USB drive and manually install the operating system on every computer. You must then also manually configure each system. Then light touch installation requires some human intervention in the early phase of the installation, but is automated or unattended from that point on. This installation method works well in environments with more than 150 computers. You need the Windows AIK. I don't want to just blurt out a bunch of you know, random acronyms here, so I want to find what AIK stands for so that everyone will know exactly what that is. Automated installation kit. That's one of the questions I got wrong earlier. So you need the Windows Automated Installation Kit, Windows Deployment Services, and the Microsoft Deployment Toolkit 2010 for light touch installations. Zero touch installation is a fully automated, touchless method of installing Windows. You need System Center Configuration Manager for zero touch installations. You use System Center Configuration Manager to deploy and update servers, client computers, and all kinds of devices on a network. It says be sure to give an example of a cloud installation to help differentiate this installation method from an ordinary network installation. It really didn't touch on it too much on the test, but if I can find it here in the first lesson, then I'll go into in detail on that. Well, it basically says the cloud generally refers to the internet or to a server accessible over the internet. So yeah. Let's see. Other than that, finally, it mentioned that Windows Easy Transfer helps you move files and settings from one computer running Windows to another. The move, which is in quotations, can occur on the same computer if you're upgrading to a different version of Windows that requires a custom installation. Windows Easy Transfer saves files and settings on an external hard drive and then transfers them to the new installation of Windows 7. You cannot transfer your programs, so make sure you have the original installation media so you can manually install them in Windows 7. Then it goes on to the key terms: 32-bit, 64-bit computers, activation, application compatibility. That one I want to touch on. Application compatibility is being able to run mostly error-free in a certain operating system. The Windows 7 Compatibility Center and the Windows 7 Application Compatibility List for IT professionals can help users identify and resolve application compatibility issues with Windows 7. And then it has a definition of cloud here. From a computing perspective, the internet or a server accessible over the internet, pretty much the same thing we just read. And custom installation, and if you're actually reading this or listening to this, watching, most of this stuff I'm sure you know, so I'm not going to go too in depth with most of anything. And then it's got some knowledge assessments, which I can go over real quick. As far as the addition of Windows 7 that does not support x64 CPUs, that's of course starter. The additions of Windows 7 that are widely available in the retail sector: Home, Premium, Professional, Ultimate. The addition of Windows 7 requires a software assurance agreement with Microsoft Enterprise. The feature that is not included in Windows 7 Professional, of course, would be BitLocker, the tool that scans your computer and produces a report of any Windows 7 compatibility issues with your computer is a Windows 7 Upgrade Advisor. The Windows 7 installation method that uses System Center Configuration Manager for deployment across a network is Zero Touch Installation. The Windows 7 installation method that requires some human interaction but uses Windows Deployment Services to automate most of the installation, Light Touch Installation. You can use the upgrade installation method when upgrading from Windows Vista Business to which of the following? That's Windows 7 Professional and Windows 7 Ultimate. And if you have the licensing, Windows Enterprise. Two common methods for determining if your computer is running a 32-bit or 64-bit version of Windows 7 or Windows Vista. Open the system window and run the system information utility. I missed that one earlier too. Where might a Windows 7 product key be located? It's three answers. On the installation disk holder inside the Windows package, on a sticker on the back or bottom of your computer, and in a confirmation email if you purchased and downloaded Windows 7 online. Next, it's got some fill-in-the-blank questions, and I'm just going to give you how it states it here. An upgrade path is the set of options you have to upgrade from one Windows operating system to another. Activation is the process of verifying that your copy of Windows is genuine and that it is not in use or on more computers than the number for which you own licenses. 32-bit computer is also designated as x86. An upgrade installation replaces your current version of Windows with Windows 7 while retaining your file settings and programs. The high-touch installation, or HTI, method involves manual installation of Windows 7 from media such as a DVD or USB drive. Windows 7 Professional is targeted mainly towards small business users. Windows 7 Ultimate is a retail version that includes BitLocker and AppLocker. Zero Touch Installation, or ZTI, is a fully automated touchless method of installing Windows. Windows Deployment Services is a server role for Windows Server 2008 or Windows Server 2008 R2 that allows for mostly automated installation of Windows 7 over a network. And finally, to use Windows Anytime Upgrade to perform an in-place upgrade, you must buy an upgrade key from Microsoft or your preferred retailer. Next, we have some true or false questions. First one, you must perform a custom installation to upgrade from Windows XP to Windows 7. That is true. A 1 GHz or faster 32-bit x86 processor is required to run Windows 7. That is false. You must register Windows 7 to run it. That's false. The purpose of a Windows 7 product key is to help avoid illegal installations. That's true. And the Windows 7 logo program tests software to determine if it meets Windows 7 requirements. That's also true. Next, we have some case scenarios. A remote employee reports that after he upgraded his computer to Windows 7, he is unable to use his USB printer. He says Windows 7 hangs whenever he plugs in his printer. How do you respond? And the answer is, ask whether the user ran Windows 7 Upgrade Advisor prior to upgrading his computer to determine if Windows 7 supports the printer. If so, ask if he connected the printer before running the check. He can do so now and respond to the compatibility report. Another option is to visit the printer's manufacturer's website and download and install a new driver. Then in scenario 1-2, creating a plan to upgrade to Windows 7, scenario is the IT manager for your company informs you that senior management approved the budget for upgrading 20 networked workstations from Windows Vista Business to Windows 7. He asks you how to determine whether the computers can be upgraded to Windows 7 Professional and which installation method will be most efficient and cost effective. How do you answer? And the answer is, to determine if the computers are ready for Windows 7 Professional or any edition of Windows 7, you would need to run Windows 7 Upgrade Advisor on each computer and analyze the reports. For 25 computers, you could install Windows 7 on a clean computer, configure the settings that apply to all computers, use sysprep to create an image file, and use ImageX to create bootable media. You could also perform a network installation, which may save more time. Scenario 1-3, converting a small office to Windows 7. The scenario reads, Danielle provides IT support for Swish It Away, a small cleaning service in the Pacific Northwest. The company has 8 computers. 4 of the computers run Windows XP Professional Edition and the other 4 run Windows Vista Business Edition. The company president has asked her to make sure all 8 computers are running Windows 7 Professional by the beginning of the next quarter. What type of installations must Danielle perform, and what additional steps, if any, must Danielle take to retain the user's files and settings? Answer reads, Danielle should back up files and settings on all computers. She can then perform in-place upgrade installations to Windows 7 Professional Edition on the computers running Windows Vista Business Edition. She should run Windows Easy Transfer on the computers running Windows XP Professional Edition, and then perform a custom installation to Windows 7 Professional Edition. You know what, that was on the test earlier too, but I missed that one. Continuing on to scenario 1-4, selecting the right computer and operating system. And the scenario is, Swish It Away is beginning to grow. The president now wants Danielle to acquire computers for 3 new staff members. Randy has been hired as the president's personal assistant and will need to run a word processor, spreadsheet application, a web browser, and an email client. Pooja will provide marketing and graphic services such as press releases, brochures, flyers, advertisements, and graphics for the new website. Stan is the new salesperson who will travel locally each day. When he's in the office, he will share a desktop computer with another salesperson, but Stan needs to be able to check email and access the internet while he's out of the office. What computer specifications should Danielle look for, and which editions of Windows 7 should run on each computer? The answer reads, Randy can run a word processor, spreadsheet application, a web browser, and an email client on a computer with a 2 GHz processor, 4 GB of RAM, and at least a 250 GB hard drive. The computer should run Windows 7 Professional Edition. Pooja's graphics programs may require at least 8 GB of RAM and 500 GB or more of hard disk space, and should run Windows 7 Professional. Danielle should acquire a netbook for Stan. The network would run Windows 7 Starter Edition. And that's everything for lesson 1.